Hello and welcome. This is James Blanchard Cisneros at your service. Today I'll be reading the April 5th Facebook post, the Daily Inspirational post. It's just a couple paragraphs long. Then I'll center myself and then I'll make a couple comments on the lesson. Okay, thank you for being here. Here we go. Awakening to the eternal sameness in each other. Once we awaken, we will stop dreaming of ourselves as separate from each other. Once we are done dreaming that the seeming temporal separateness of our bodies is more real than the eternal sameness in our souls, we will start to see how aligned all of us and our journeys truly are. Once we stop dreaming that what we think of and say or do to others does not affect us, it is then that we will naturally desire to offer only peace, love, and joy to all others. Offer peace, love, and joy to another, and you too will feel these blessings filling your days and fulfilling you. Offer anger, resentment, and hate to another, and you shall carry the burden and heavy weight of those judgments. We have been gifted free will. We can in every moment choose what we offer others, and thus what we end up experiencing. Paragraph 2. Today, let us notice how we're actually creating, through our interactions with each other, through the thoughts, words, and actions that we offer them, the path we are experiencing. Do you not, as love's child, desire and deserve a loving, light-filled, joyous, and peaceful path to walk on? Are we not all God's children? Today, let's experience our oneness, the sameness in us all, by leading our brothers and sisters towards the light. And we too shall experience the light. But let us also understand that if we, through free will, lead them into darkness, then that is also what we will end up experiencing. Today, offer others what you yourself desire to experience, and allow the sameness in our experience to become a symbol to you of our eternal connection to each other, of the sameness within us all. There is the ego's guidance, the separateness, the idea that we're separate from each other, and then there's God's guidance, the idea that we're one with each other. With the ego, you see yourself as a separate body from another person. And so you think, or you've been programmed to believe, or we've been programmed to believe, that if I judge person X, then that judgment hurts them and I'm fine. I even might have a little power over them because of my judgment. That's the ego. The ego survives through the act of judgment. And so the ego needs your judgments to keep itself alive and thriving in you. But the ego doesn't really care about you. The ego cares about itself and its survival. So it knows that you're hurting yourself by judging others, but it doesn't care. It just wants you to judge so it can survive. And as long as you follow its guidance, it gets to live through you. In fact, because you're simply following the ego's programs, the ego is living your life for you. You're not even living your life. You're simply reading from a fairy tale. You're simply playing a part in its play. And so you're not even the producer or director of that play when you should be, when we all should be. Now, we all are love. And so whenever we're aligned with love and coming from a place of love, such as being forgiving, compassionate, kind, loving, then let that be a symbol to you that you're following God's guidance, that you're following love's guidance. And so in any moment where you find yourself and you're being forgiving, you're being kind, compassionate, caring, peaceful, joyful, trusting in source, let that be a symbol to you that you're following God's guidance, that you're exactly where you need to be to express who you came here to express. and share with others. Your loving self, your loving nature. Now, we have free will. We can choose the light or the darkness. But if you choose the darkness, that does not make you bad or evil or not spiritual enough. That's simply a symbol that you have forgotten who you truly are. So there's no need to judge yourself or others for buying into being or sharing the darkness, the ego's guidance. All you need to do is simply, whenever you're following the ego's guidance, and that's, you're judging yourself or others, you're being angry, resentful, hateful, jealous, any of those, in quotes, negative emotions and energies, then simply stop yourself and practice stopping yourself quicker and quicker, remembering that you are love. You're not the ego's tools or guidance. You're not the ego. You are God's creation. You're not the ego's creation. You don't have to follow the ego's lead, because the ego just wants you to follow it so that it can survive. You are God's creation. You're love. So whenever you find yourself in darkness, simply stop. Practice catching yourself quicker and quicker when you are in the darkness, when you are lost, when you are asleep to who you truly are. It doesn't make you any better or worse than anybody else. You're perfect exactly as you are. Your journey is a sacred co-creation with God, and so each moment of it is perfect. But the time that you spend in the darkness is up to you. It's your free will. But you don't have to remain in the darkness. By practicing catching yourself quicker and quicker, when you find yourself in the darkness, you can bring yourself back into alignment with the light, with love, with who you truly are, with who you came here to be and share with others. And so today, let us simply do that. Let us simply practice coming back into alignment with who in truth we are, with who God created us to be, with who we came here to share with others. When we're being our loving self, we're being the light. We're lighting the way for others so they can too remember who they truly are, by simply the way we treat them, by us being forgiving, compassionate, kind, generous, even when the ego says, no, you should not be. But we don't need to listen to the ego anymore. We have to simply remember we have free will. It is the thoughts, the words, the actions that we choose that create what we experience. If we keep on choosing dark thoughts, words, and action, we're going to experience the darkness. But in the end, that was our choice, conscious or not. But we have free will. We too can experience the light in any moment. We too can choose to be loving, be our loving selves, and offer forgiveness, compassion, kindness, generosity, joy, peace, hope. That's who we truly are. And when you see that, when you offer that peace, that hope, that compassion to another, you too feel blessed. And then you start to realize, wait, we're one. Because whatever it is that I offer you, I experience myself. The ego taught me and programmed me to believe that if I judge and condemn and are angry and hateful towards another, it's not going to affect me. But I've already played that game 1,000 times before, and I always feel, after I do that, I always feel down, guilty, sad, depressed. So why should I follow a mindset that is only making me sad, angry, depressed, and keep me living in the dark? Why? Why should we follow that guidance anymore? If we're listening to this now, we have come to a place in our journey, in our understanding, we have remembered that we can in every moment choose God over the ego, choose light over darkness, and thus experience light in the world instead of the darkness. Be a part of the light. Be a torch for God, for Source, so that others can see through our example who we truly are. That if I am loving and caring and compassionate to you, I too am blessed. Why? Because we're the same. We're one. We're all one. We're not separate as the ego has tried to program us to believe that we are. And even when we use the ego's tools, Don't put yourself down for that. Because the more you use those tools, the more you'll see that they're not worth using. And so even them, they are self-destructive. Because you can only be angry and judgmental and hateful for so long before you say to yourself, Jesus, is there not a better way of living this life? And that's when you start to consciously align with who you truly are, with your loving nature, when you choose to follow God's guidance, when you choose to follow love's guidance. And when you do, you reinforce who you truly are. And so today, let us be grateful, not only to our positive experiences and our light-filled moments, but let's be also grateful to our dark-filled moments, because they're simply teaching us who we are not. And the more we realize who we're not, the more we start to find out who we truly are. And that we, in each moment, have a choice. We have free will. We can choose the light over the darkness. We can choose forgiveness over judgment, peace over anger, compassion over condemnation. We can do that in every moment. And the more we practice doing so, the more time we spend in the light, the more we become an expression of the light, the more of a light we become to others. And then those others who are still lost in the darkness can start to remember, wait a second, how that individual is behaving and acting towards me, that's how I want to be. I don't know why, but I want to be loving and compassionate and forgiving and kind. Because somehow I think that is me. And guess what? That is you. You are that. And so simply be who in truth you are today. Practice following God's guidance, the light, instead of the ego. And when you're in the ego mind, it's okay. It's part of the human experience. Just practice bringing yourself back. Bring yourself back from the darkness to the light. And you could do that because you have free will, because that's God's gift to you is free will. So let us be that light today. The light that we came here to be. The light that we came here to enjoy and share with others, who in truth we are. Thank you very much for your time. I love you very much. If you'd be so kind as to like, comment, or share this message, I would be grateful for that. Thank you. And God willing, we'll see each other tomorrow. Peace.